Yes, sir. Wagwan, Wagwan. It's your boy. This your boy, brother Anumsi. Sports Time Zone. We in the building. Salute and shout out to TZ Dave, who's gonna be here in a minute. Y'all already know how we get down. We the only sports podcast out there bringing you two different generations of sports takes and sports opinions. This is the NBA Finals recap episode. This is the final episode of basketball season. It's hard to believe, man. Basketball season is already over. It was a good season, a long, grueling season. We made it all the way through. This is the final episode of the basketball season. We got a dope show coming for y'all today. As we always do, I always want to send a special salute and a special shout out to everybody that was rocking with me all year. Shout out to all of my sponsors that looked out for me. Shout out to the goodlifeclothing.com. My man Joe Leo over there doing big things from the ATL. If you're looking for any type of merch and a black-owned clothing designer with quality material, holla at my man Joe Leo at the goodlifeclothing.com. Also, KE Creations, they do great work out of Miami, Florida, my hometown at 305. Holla at KE Creations if y'all trying to get y'all team logos on anything, on a hat, on a shirt, on socks, on drawers, on bras, whatever you're looking for. KE Creation can take care of that and they'll do it for you. Also, my man Gene Hennigan, salute Gene Hennigan. If y'all need a logo created, if y'all looking for somebody to make y'all a logo like y'all see in the upper corner of the screen here, holla at my man Gene Hennigan because he will definitely get you right with the logo. So salute and shout out to everybody that showed us love. Now, this is a part of the show that I knew inevitably was coming, and I had to do it. I got to do it. Me being a Miami Heat fan, it's hard for me to do this, but I got to have integrity and I got to keep it real and I got to keep it 100. Congratulations to the Boston Celtics for winning the NBA championship for 2023-2024. I got special guests coming to the stage. Y'all remember him from last week. I got to give my man his props and his flowers. He's been riding with his squad for ages, and I got to show love to my man Nez. So Nez, welcome back to the Sports Time Zone. Salute to you, brother. Congratulations. He got the championship hat already. Oh, my goodness. He got the championship hat ready already. We're going to get into that in a minute. I can't wait to get your takes on this. And you know what? It takes a little bit of the sting away from congratulating the Celtics when I got my man's here who's such a cool guy, such a dope personality, a great person to be around and to have on the show. So I don't mind. You know what I'm saying? I could put my bias to the side to the Celtics to salute you and to give you props and shout you out, brother. So
thanks, brother. Thanks for having me back.
Badman thing, this dog. Real thing, original youngster Badman. Yo, salute to you. And now coming to the stage, also my good friend, and ironically, a fan of your rival team, your other rival. We the East Coast rival, but your West Coast rival. Shout out to my man coming to the stage. Y'all remember him, my man Kelvo 512 in the building. Kelvo, salute. What's good, brother?
Man, what's good, man? Let's get this thing going. What's good, Nez? I know you feeling good. Boy, feeling like a champion.
Yeah, man.
Long
time coming, man. Long time coming,
man. Your two squads historically have the most championships of any team in the NBA. What's this for you guys, Nez? This championship number, what, 17, 16? 18 in the Lakers. Where y'all stand right now? Y'all are at
we got 17.
Okay, so it's like y'all right there with each other, duking it out back and forth, man. But I appreciate both of y'all for being on the show, man. Welcome again to the Sports Time Zone. Salute to y'all boys. Well, let's just jump right into it. Like my man Kelvo say, let's just get straight to it, man. I ain't gonna spend too much time on Dallas. Like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna front. I picked Dallas to win this series. Shamefully, I picked Dallas in 6 games. I wasn't the only one. I'm sure there's some other people out there that was delusional, like myself, that picked Dallas to win. But yes, man, they did too. Them boys lost in 5 games. It's a gentleman's sweep. It could have been a 4-game sweep. I think if the Celtics would have really turned up in Dallas, but I think they really wanted to win the championship in Boston, so they might have threw that game or tanked in Dallas in order to win it in Boston. But far and beyond that, I'm gonna start with you on this one, Kelvo, and then I'll swing it over to Nez. What would you say? And forgive me for not prepping you on these questions, Kelvo. You just gonna have to freestyle this one. What would you say Dallas's biggest weakness is, and what do they need to address in the summer to try to address that weakness? What was Dallas's biggest weaknesses and reason for losing in 5 games in your eyes, Kelvo?
Man, just the lack of help. You know, Luka was doing everything. Kyrie wasn't showing up. But if you would have had a deeper squad, kind of similar to Boston, they had a more well-rounded team, you know, with more players that could contribute. You know, the games would have been a lot closer. You know, I don't know the stats, but I've never seen so many blowouts in the finals. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Normally it's close, and that just speaks to like the lack of depth on the Mavs and really like the greatness of Luka and Kyrie to carry that team, because, you know, when the lights was the brightest, you know, nobody outside of Luka was really showing up. Kyrie had maybe 1 or 2 solid games, but everybody else was in single digits. You know, One person might have had like 12 points. Everybody else might have had like 6, 9. But you look at Boston, you know, it's more well-rounded. You know what I'm saying? You got Holiday, you got Derek White going crazy, looking like an all-star.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
Porzingis, you know what I'm saying? Even Pritchard hitting them little full court, half court buzzer beater threes before halftime and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, killing the momentum, you know what I'm saying? And so they just need to upgrade the roster, get some more quality players. And like we were saying, you know, in the earlier shows, you know, they should have played Hardaway, man. You know, I don't know why he wasn't getting no run. He's a decent offensive weapon, but, you know.
Yeah, I was kind of shocked at that too. And salute to my man in the comments. I see you, Marcus Crenshaw in there. He basically added to that, saying that Dallas just didn't have the weapons. They just didn't have enough weapons. So to your point, a little more offensive firepower could have been, you know, needed or could have been used in that series for Dallas. Maybe playing Tim Hardaway Jr. a little bit earlier in the series to give him some more minutes. Maybe that would have made a difference. But I mean, in the time that he did play, he really didn't put up much numbers. He was out there stinking it up for the most part when he was out there. But, you know, maybe with more minutes, he would have been able to turn up and catch fire. Nez. So what do you say to that? I know, you know, you're looking at it from a different lens, being that you are a Celtic fan and your team just completely handled Dallas like they wasn't even there or like they didn't even belong there. From your eyes as a Celtic fan, what would you say was Dallas's biggest weakness where you guys took mostly advantage of them on?
Them showing up. They shouldn't have showed up. They should have kept their ass. Should have kept their ass out of there. Listen, man. Kel, you from Texas, right, Kel?
Yeah.
You born and raised? All right. So yeah, okay. I'm not gonna talk bad about him because you cool. You know what I'm saying? All right. But you know, Kelvo's right, man. Like they weren't deep. You know what I'm saying? Like they weren't. I mean, listen, man. The West hasn't been the West in a long time. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I can't wait till we talk about LA, man, because I'm just going to say this, man. LA deserves better. You know what I mean? To be 17 titles in, they deserve better. You know what I'm saying? Like, it should always, in my head, it should always be Boston and LA in the finals. That's how it always should be in my head. In my head, it should always be.
Yeah, hold on now.
Because that's the war. That's the war, right? But man, forget Dallas, man. Mark Cuban need to start messing with them hoes, man, and try to build and try to get some more people, man. Remember back in the day, you had a starting 5 and then you had another 5. A lot of teams don't run like that no more. Remember we talked about that before. Like there's no plays. I hope they run a triangle defense, a triangle offense in Boston. We run a triangle offense, it's gonna be hard to beat us. You know what I mean? But yeah, you need depth. there has to be depth in the playoffs. If you don't have depth in the playoffs, you're finished, man.
Yeah, all this going like 8 deep. Some of these teams are only going 8 deep in the playoffs, or like New York Knicks, for example. They only, I mean, mostly
they were depleted.
They were depleted, so they didn't really. But historically, a lot of these teams, they don't like to play more than 8 guys in the playoffs, and I don't get it. I don't understand why. The more successful teams, they utilize their whole bench. Like they're coming at you 10 strong at least, a la the Indiana Pacers. So to your point, I get it. You know, I really think that Dallas and Jason Kidd, he's gonna learn. I mean, he's still kind of young as a coach. I mean, he's a veteran mind as a ball player, but as a coach, he hasn't really been in that position that long. So I do think eventually he'll start to learn and he'll start picking up tools and kind of knowing how to navigate through the playoffs a little bit better. Now, my next question for you, Nez, also is about your coach, about your head coach, Mazzulla. There was a lot of talk over the last few years with Boston making it to the conference finals, making it to the finals, the conference finals again, but not quite getting over that hump. So Mazzulla took a lot of backlash and a lot of criticism for, or at least from my perspective, I heard him, you know, people saying, oh, well, he got out coached, or, you know, maybe, you know, the talent is too big for him, or maybe he's not living up to the expectations with the teams that he's had in place. So with this championship now, Nez, do you see as Mazzulla having quieted his critics or shutting up some of the people that criticized him over the years? Do you think he's now justified and he's a made man in Boston now?
He definitely is a made man. I mean, I've seen video of him like pulling up in the North End, going to like this expensive restaurant, jumping out with the trophy and all that. You know what I mean? So, right. But I still think about the last coach. I still think about I forget his name. He's coaching. I forget where he's coaching now.
Ime Udoka.
Yeah,
he's coaching
the Rockets. Houston Rockets. Shout out to H-Town. Man, hold up. Too much drink in my cup. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think about him. I'm like, man, if he would have stuck around, you know, it could have been different. But, you know, I guess, you know, whatever he did is whatever he did, you know.
Yeah, we know what happened.
Like, yo,
we know what happened.
I would have been like, yo, keep it in your pants and get us to this and get us to a chip, and then we'll talk about it afterwards. You know what I'm saying? Because that's two consenting adults. It's like, yo, you know, like what if, you know? But once again, he the black man, and she,
you know what it is.
Then,
yeah, nah, don't hold back. On my show, let me say this. On my show, don't feel like you gotta hold back what you want to say. You let it go. You say what you gotta say, and we address it. I mean, hey, within reason, because this is a family show. Salute to TZ Dave, by the way. Dave, what up, TZ Dave? What's good? Welcome to the party. Let me catch you up real quick. So we had just, I was just asking Nez about Mazzulla. I was asking him about Mazzulla, if now that Mazzulla won this championship, if now he's quieted his critics, because, you know, Mazzulla was criticized for having all his talent but not winning it, getting to the finals, getting to the Eastern Conference Finals and all this, and losing and not winning and having such a talented roster. So I asked Nez if now that he's won a championship, does that shut up all his critics and make him a made man in Boston? And Nez was he was responding to that, saying pretty much basically yes. Is that what I was getting from you on that, Nez? That
he a made man, but there's a mute button on that right now. You know what I'm saying? There's a mute button. You know, they're like, well, he did this, so we're not gonna criticize him now, but let them
he's
not
a black coach. So he's
season.
A black coach in Boston. So we know. Let's just keep it a buck. Let's keep it funky.
Listen,
you know,
he a black coach in Boston. Yep, and listen, every racist didn't call him a nigga for at least 24 hours. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't a nigga for 24 hours. And then you know, after the parade, come Sunday morning, he's a nigga again. With the ER. You know what I'm saying? So
hard ER.
So yeah, hard ER, hard ER. You know,
the hard. We're gonna get more into that. We're gonna get more into the history of Boston for a lot of our younger viewers who don't really know about the racism in the history of Boston. We're gonna tap into that a little bit also, because we just got to keep it. We got to keep it real and keep it a buck on that. Before I move on to the next, anything that you, TZ or Kelvo, want to add to what Nez said about Mazzulla, or y'all good on that, or anything y'all want to add?
I feel like Mazzulla came in, did what he was supposed to do after all them years. He he signs the critics, all that, came back, won the championship. So I feel like he green now. So I feel like you ain't gotta be worried about him as much.
Yeah, man, I'd probably just say getting Porzingis and Derek White was definitely, a good move. And, I'd probably ask Nez, does he rank higher than Doc?
Ooh, that's a good question. That's a good one, Kelvo.
Hold on,
Laker Nation, stand up. Laker Nation coming with the fastballs, coming right down the plate with it. What's up, man? What do you say to that, Nez?
Listen, as of right, I mean,
they both.
You got to sit back and think about that team. Think about that team we had with Doc, right? That team we had with Doc.
Doc didn't have to do no coaching for that team. It was already, once they got Allen and KG, it was just get on the floor.
So
just pass the ball, right?
Yeah.
I think Mazzulla would have had a field day if he'd have had that team. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I don't know about Doc, man. Yeah, I think but we'll put him over Doc, because Doc, what's Doc done since then? Like, he's just, Lawrence Fishburne is playing him in a TV show. You know what I mean? That's about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Yo, and then also you got to look at it. I look at it like this: when you ask that question, because that's a good question, Kelvo. Salute to you for that.
Good question. Big question, Kel.
When I look at that, when I answer that, I say to myself, all right, they both won a championship. They both had pretty much favorable teams. Both of their teams were stacked to an extent. But let's look at outside of that. How many times did Doc get you guys to the conference finals or the finals versus how many times Mazzulla got you guys there?
Mazzulla put in that work, man.
So, I mean, I gotta slightly lean, as much as I don't want to, because Doc is my, I rock with Doc. And TZ, that's your new coach right now anyway. So, but I gotta go with Mazzulla. Who you got, TZ, Mazzulla or Doc Rivers? Who you got? I want to hear this. Speak for the young generation. Speak for your era. Let me hear this.
Right now, I would say that Mazzulla like number one over Doc. But when it comes to the matchups, I feel like Mazzulla's still gonna have to coach against Doc, because Doc got the experience and all that. So he got ways to counter against Mazzulla because he's been there and he knows the experience. So it ain't gonna be no tough, easy coaching thing for Mazzulla.
Good point. Good point. Everybody made great points on that. That was a really good question too.
I think it's gonna be Bucks and Boston Eastern Conference Finals, and we're gonna see, you know what I'm saying, who coaching.
Here we go. Here we go. You just go straight disrespect the team that put y'all out the playoffs this year.
We disrespect
the team that put y'all out last year.
Y'all earned it. I ain't gonna lie, y'all earned this championship this year, but we coming for it all. And the Warriors.
He like what did Booker T say? Hulk Hogan, we coming for you. No.
Yeah. And even if we gotta
coming for you.
Miami too. Even if we gotta play Miami too, we coming for y'all.
Yeah, y'all gotta come to the 305. Y'all gotta see us too. We ain't done yet. We just gonna do a little retooling, but we'll be back. Let Pat Riley get it together. Make sure he take his old people meds or whatever he on.
Go get Josh Giddey then.
Man,
go pick up Josh Giddey.
Man, I'm gonna say this though, man. The Celtics had an easy run to the finals, man. Y'all played the Heat.
I'm saying that.
There we go.
Y'all played the Heat.
Y'all go at it on this one.
Without their best player. The Bucks didn't have Giannis. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you only got to play who you got to play. I'm not, y'all earned it, but I'm saying though, next year is gonna be the telltale, because if everybody's healthy, it's gonna be interesting.
So,
especially with New York, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
Cleveland too, like Dave said. Yeah, good point, Dave. And I'm gonna fine tune it a little bit. I'm gonna fine tune the question a little bit.
If you're doing that, you're supposed to win though, still. So like, we still can't take nothing away, because like, You supposed to beat them now without their injured players. So like even for us, if we can't beat them, our teams like they said we up, you know what I'm saying, respective team, we got to beat them too, even if it was the Heat in the position or
right.
You know what I'm saying, whoever.
Yeah, because
we talked about that last week. Even the scrubs make $1 million. If they got scrubs out there who's supposed to be, they're professional ball players. They don't do what we do. Those are professional ball players. They're supposed to be out there balling.
They on the bench.
They're supposed to be out there.
They on the bench for a reason, though.
Some of them on the bench.
Some of them, but you know what? To Nez's point though, they're in the NBA for a reason too. Like, yeah, they on the bench, but they're in the NBA. But to Kelvo's point also, I will say that this is probably the easiest road that you guys are gonna have for winning a championship. I don't think it gets any easier than this. Next season will be harder. Yeah. Last season was harder, and this season, I mean, the cards just aligned for you guys, and the stars were all, you know, in the right orbit pattern for y'all to win the championship this year. That's why I can't hate. I can't take nothing from it, because they was trying to hate on my squad last year when we made it to the finals, saying, "Oh, but Giannis wasn't 100%. Oh, and the Knicks were nicked up.
Giannis ain't played. He ain't even touched the floor before on the playoffs, even before.
Not well. He touched the floor against us. Man. You talk about this year? Because I know you ain't talking about last year. Because we eliminated y'all.
Let's talk about it. We beat y'all at y'all crib too.
All right. Well, I ain't gonna make it. We not gonna make this.
Yeah, and that was a play-in game too. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, Nez. I ain't gonna make this about the Heat and the Bucks. Go ahead, Nez.
Well, I mean, the Lakers did win a championship this season, though. They won that middle of the season championship, right? Didn't y'all win that middle of the season thing?
That's tough, Lakers.
Man, hey, I don't even care about that, bro.
The way LeBron was kissing that thing, LeBron was just.
Yeah,
he was just kissing that.
He made love to that trophy. You
can kill LeBron all you want, bro. Man. I'm not a LeBron sexual, bro. I'm Kobe over here, bro. RP, too close to go.
He a real Laker fan. He was a Laker fan before LeBron even came there.
Yeah,
so
I'm not a LeBron sexual, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, shout out to
the Lakers. Deserve better. The Lakers deserve better. They deserve better.
The Lakers definitely deserve better. Yeah, so I got a next question coming in for you. Before I get to my next question, I gotta throw this in here. Happy birthday and salute to my man Pressure for real. Madden champion, Madden guru, who's been on the show before. Dallas Cowboy fan, Oklahoma Sooners fan. It is his birthday. I know you watching. I know you told me you was tapping in. So shout out to you and happy birthday to you, Pressure, from yours truly and the whole sports time zone in here. Now. My next question. How many? This is for you, Nez, and then everybody else can chime in too on this one. How many championships do you expect this Boston Celtic core to win? How many are you estimating? How many are you predicting with this core that y'all have together? If healthy, if kept together, how many chips do you see out of this group, Nez?
3 more.
3 more.
I'm just gonna say 3. I'm gonna say 3. I don't know how it came from. I'm watching my cat.
You basically saying so I'm like, yeah, 3. He basically saying dynasty.
I hope so. You know how. Listen, you know how I say.
I'm gonna give you a chance to explain, Nez. Explain why you see 3. Explain. Enlighten us on why you see 3 more championships out of this group.
Well, I mean, how old are JT and JB? Like, how old are those guys? Those guys are pretty young, right?
Like,
I mean, they're not as young as the Timberwolves, but they're pretty young, right?
Like 27 and 26.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're in great shape. They're in great shape. You know what I mean? We all we got to do is fix Derek White's tooth. You know what I mean? We fix Derek White's tooth. We make sure.
He already took care of that hairline. He shaved off his hair.
Yeah, because we can't have that hairline out there. You know, he out there looking like Stephen A. Smith, you know? So, I think, I'm just going to throw 5 out. You know what I mean? I think they'll be okay. I think I believe the coach is good enough to make some adjustments. I'm going to say 3. I don't know if it's going to be the next 3. I'm just going to say 3. You know what I mean?
Yo, Kelvo, man. Hey, go ahead. How many championships do you see this core, like taking away your Celtics bias?
Man,
how many championships you see this core group winning?
Man, my boy Nez, he is Celtics for life. My boy said they getting 5 over there, bro.
He drinking that green Kool-Aid over there, boy.
Yeah, good.
I'm drinking water, so I'm clear-minded. I'm stupid over here.
Man, I mean, I don't know, bro. When it's all said and done, I'd probably say they might get like 3. Tatum might retire with 3. I'm not talking about within like the next 5 years.
No, you just mean before it's all said and done.
By the time they retire, I could probably see him getting like 3. I'm not gonna say it's gonna be back to back. I don't think it's gonna be back to back. But I definitely think if he can get, he's him and Jaylen Brown. If Drew Holiday's still there, you still got Porzingis. So it's like, man, I think they could definitely get 3, but.
Spread out.
That's gonna be hard, though. Yeah, it's gonna be spread out, man. I think there's way too many good players in the league now. You know what I'm saying? And it's I'm just gonna go with 3, man. I think they could get 3 when it's all said and done.
That's 3. Respectable. TZD, take off. Go ahead.
I'm gonna say 2, so they get 1 more soon.
You see one more out of this group. Go ahead.
Yeah, they get 1 more. So, like, when it's all said and done, JT, Brown will have 2. I just feel like what Kelvo's saying, like, there's too many people in the league, too much teams. And I just feel like, personally, since they in the East, you got to still worry about Giannis. And I feel like he's just coming. So, we might have to bump them every other year. I don't know. Like, and the same time, they would have to get through each other to make the finals. So, like,
exactly, yeah.
It's definitely going to come down to the Heat and to the Bucks, man. I like the Knicks, but I don't know. I don't think the Knicks got what it takes to knock off the Celtics. So, and whenever the Celtics play the Heat and the Heat is fully stocked and the Celtics is fully stocked, man, it's always tough, man. It's always
it's a fight.
We always go to 7 games when we're fully stocked.
It's gonna be tough for them going back to back. We see Denver couldn't get there.
Yeah, good point.
It's tough.
Very, very good point on that. Good stuff, fellas. Real good stuff. So this question, I guess, again, I'm going to direct this question for you, Nez. At what point of this season? Because let me preface this question by saying the Celtics for the last few years have had dominant teams. You guys have been to the conference finals. You guys have been to the finals. You routinely make it late into the playoffs. You guys get deep into the playoffs year after year after year. So you're accustomed to your team being this good. But at what point of this season did you realize that this team was different? What point? What was the turning point of the season where you looked at the squad and said, you know what? This might really be the year. Like what was that point for you? Or if there was multiple times that you saw that, just give us any of them.
You know what? It's funny you say that because I always like to look in the eyes of the players, right? I mean, like, being a Patriots fan too, it was always about looking in Brady's eyes before the Super Bowl. Like when Brady's talking to you and you look in his eyes, like, okay, there's nothing there except football, like it's over. You know what I'm saying? And it was just something about Jaylen Brown. Because you got to remember, I think we talked about this before, but you remember they were shopping Jaylen Brown around for like 2-3 seasons.
They tried to trade him.
And then they were like, oh, he can't go left. And And then there was one game where the dude just came down and he just broke someone down and went left. And then like jumped and dunked on it. And he was doing that all game. And I was like, okay, this dude, like I was saying last week, it's just something about you telling a black man, you telling us what we can and can't do and telling us that you don't want us. When I seen the way he came back this season and I seen the way everyone rallied around him, it was something to be said. You know what I mean? Because when they were shopping him, you didn't hear no one say anything. Tatum didn't say much. It was just, they probably kept all that in house. They had all those arguments, whatever, in house. It was never nothing you've seen. It wasn't like Stephen A. Smith and his hairline had anything to say about it. You know what I mean? So it was just something. It's just something about when JB came back on fire and everyone just rallied around him. That was the moment that I was like, okay, I think we're doing. I mean, we had a pretty good record this season too. Which showed that too.
Yeah, like Kelvo said, the best record in the NBA. And I mean, to that point, I watched you guys play a lot this year, and I listened to the analysts, I listened to ESPN, and everybody was talking about, the Celtics, they're that team this year. They're on another level. They had the best overall record. They, were winning on the road. They were winning at home. They were doing everything that you expect a championship team to do. But even in my eyes, maybe because I'm a Heat fan and I'm so used to us going back and forth with the Celtics, I just was like, oh, this is going to be another. Okay, the Celtics going to make it to the conference finals. They're going to lose, or they're going to get to the championship. They're going to choke. They're going to lose. So I never really bought into it. I didn't buy into it until like maybe somewhere around game 3 of the finals. About game 3 of the finals, I was like, okay, you know what? These boys might be for real. And they just might put Dallas away and finish them off. So that's when, for me, that's when I saw it. And I don't know, Kelpo or Dave, if you guys want to chime in, at any point of the season, did you see this Celtics team possibly being a championship team?
I'll let you can go first, Dave. I'm gonna follow up behind you.
No, I didn't.
Because I'm gonna say, Dave, don't lie, because we've been doing this show all season, and you ain't like one time neither of us.
I knew they were good, but I was just always ride with the Bucks every out the East. Like, we gonna beat them, so okay, whatever. Y'all supposed to beat them, whatever. Like, just watching the games, like, okay, yeah, y'all playing the Wizards, all right. You know what I'm saying? Y'all playing whoever else, so they deserved it.
But you did have Boston beating Dallas in 7 games though, right?
Yeah, I had Boston winning in 7.
So you did pick Boston to win. All right. So shout out to you.
Yeah, it's on the tape while we was doing all that cap on the early on that episode. Go back and check the prediction.
Yeah, we got receipts. We do. Dave did. He called it. So Kelvo, what about you, man? Anything that you saw in this Celtics team this year that made you really think they could pull this off?
Honestly, no, man. They've kind of just choked for a whole minute. And I honestly, when I seen Giannis get hurt and Butler start getting hurt, I'm like, all right, they should make it to the Western Conference.
The door was starting to open up for them.
Yeah, they should make it to the finals. And then, kind of like you said, man, when they killed Dallas those first 2 games, I was still rooting for Dallas, but I'm like, man, they might get it, man. They might get it. You know what I'm saying? And I think next year is really going to be the year that makes me a believer, man. If they can run it back next year, then I'll say, like, okay. But to Nez's point, man, like I said this too, man. Jaylen Brown is the leader, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He's the leader of the team. He's got a strong mental mindset. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I respect his character. You know what I'm saying? Dude came out and said he was going to try to do like a Black Wall Street. So we'll see how that goes out there in Boston. But I mean, like, because they might kill him. But you know what I'm saying? He's clearly the leader on that team. You know what I'm saying? And they rallied behind him. And I think it's good for them that they got that chip, though. You know what I'm saying? Because now they can't be questioned. You know what I'm saying? Even if they don't win another one, hey, you got that one. So people can't say, oh, you never fulfilled your obligation. But next year, we're going to see.
Yeah, next year it's going to be a fight, man. Next year it's going to be a fight.
Next year going to be so tough.
So with that, then, y'all just won this championship. This is your first championship in, like, was it 16 years, was it? That was the last one? 16 years? So how did you celebrate? How, as a diehard Celtics fan, how did you celebrate that championship win? I'm eager to know how this went down. What was your turn up like?
Where you get that hat from? How you get a hat already?
he had the hat before he even won. He ordered the hat already. He had it ordered before them boys even won.
I got a homeboy who works. That's what I was doing when I was on the road, Nips. I was I boned out of work, and then I hit my homeboy up on Instagram because he works for like Lids, and I was like, "Yo, did you get any championship hats in?" And he was like, "Yeah." I was like, "I'm on my way," you know, and I walked up in there, and there was like 12 of them, you know. But this is Austin, so it's like ain't like nobody. If there's anybody who's buying those hats, it's people like me who moved from Boston down here. You know what I mean? It really, But yeah, he had it, man. And I was like, "How much is it?" Then I was like, "What? I don't care." You know what I mean? Like, I just swiped the card and got it, man. I just want to take care of it. I don't want to get no honey.
Swipe the card. It's that Boston
barbecue
again.
sauce on it and shit. You know what I'm saying?
You about to
I don't want to get
laminate
I said,
Yeah,
don't let that
I wanna
mug get
know.
dirty.
chicken meat and shit on it. You know what I mean?
I know. Be careful out there in the Lone Star State with that Boston hat on. You know them Texas boys. There's some proud boys out there. So be careful with that. So what you had? You had some yak. You had some. What you had?
I got my whiskey. Yeah, I had some whiskey. I had some whiskey and I was talking shit to the TV. And then I got drunk, and then I like fell asleep for like I did like that old man sleep. Had my chin on my this is shit. And then I was like, oh shit. And I was like, we losing? And I was like, oh no, we good. And then you know what it is? And then I turned on Spice One and E40 got a song years ago. It's called "I Got Love for D-Boys." That's like my happy song. So as soon as they want to cut that shit on.
I know the song, but I don't know if TZ don't know about this with TZ. Kelbo might not either, but yeah, I'm on that. I'm on that.
That's my like when the Patriots win, I play that. You know what I'm saying? When
bringing up the Patriots. Oh God, now, it's bad enough. I'm already having to bow down to the Celtics. Now you keep on throwing the Patriots at me too.
You guys got this in football. AFC East is the Patriots will be at the bottom of the barrel for the AFC East for a long time, and I'm okay.
Rightfully so.
And I'm okay with
the top too long. Y'all were at the top.
Yeah,
so long.
you had 20 years of greatness. You should be fine.
Thank you. Y'all will be all right.
Be good.
Look at my hands. My hands are up. I'm good. If they go 8-8, I'll be like, okay.
Hands up, don't shoot. So what was the vibes like for your friends and your family that's back home in Boston? Did they tear the city up? I can imagine. I'd be scared to walk through Boston after that championship.
We're old people, man. Like, we old. You know what I mean? Like, if people ate and drank and ate some chicken and went to sleep, niggas gotta go to work in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Like, we old. You know what I mean? Like, we old. We're like, oh, okay, great. Ooh, I better get some sleep. You know what I'm saying? Like,
turn up ain't last that long. Not like the turn up from 2009 or 8. Was it 08? I think it was 08 when y'all were.
08, yeah. But they're gonna be. 08. They're gonna be. Yes. 08. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. But they're gonna be partying all weekend because the parade's tomorrow. So it's gonna be crazy. You know what I mean? Like if we all went back there, there's no one goes to the parade to go to the parade. Like some people them heathens go down there. Some people go to the parade, the little children got family, oh my God, waving and shit. But like us, we'd be at the bars, eating and drinking and shit. Because once that lets out, it's gonna be crazy. Then chaos. That's when, then it'll be chaos. Then it'll be
chaos. And I mean, we all.
But then at the same time, it might be like time to go home, because the rednecks be out there. You know what I mean?
All of our teams have won a championship before, so we all know what it feels like to watch our team hold up the trophy. We all know what it's like to see the parade. The Lakers, they've done it many times.
I've been in it for 12 plus years.
yeah, exactly. We, my Heat, we've done it 3 times. Your Lakers, they've done it 16 times or 17. 17. I'm sorry, 17 times. Like, you know what? For some reason, I forget the bubble championship happened. I forget the Disney championship, even though y'all beat up for that.
Hey, if y'all would have won,
if we would
Y'all
have
would've
won,
won. If y'all would have won, you would have been like, yeah, we got that.
You're right. I would have counted that. That would have been number 4.
Yeah.
I would have been like,
Yeah.
full-time champion.
Hey,
I definitely.
it is what it is. COVID had something else to say about that.
I
Yeah.
mean, I ain't mad at it because I'd rather we just
Me either.
play and pandemic close everything. Now nobody wins. So,
Facts.
we got
Facts.
that
At least
championship, though.
we still had basketball because, like Dave said,
Yes, we did.
they could have just cut it all completely, and we wouldn't have had no champion that year at all. So I acknowledge your Lakers, Kelvo, for winning that. Now I want to shift the energy a little bit and do a little education here. Now, I've always had an issue with Boston, not just because they're a rival team of my Heat, but just the city and the town of Boston historically has been known to be somewhat of a racist city. The fans
Not
in
somewhat.
Boston. Okay, I'm gonna take the gloves off then. So Boston is known for being racist as hell. The fans are racist as hell. Like, they are the only fans that they say they go around from, that players have gone from town to town, and they say in Boston specifically, the fans have no problem with calling you a nigger, a monkey, a chimpanzee, having disrespectful signs, just saying the most vile, racist, disrespectful things you can ever imagine. I also know that the Boston Celtics as a franchise was the last basketball franchise to incorporate black players on their team. They were the last franchise to integrate their team. So for many, many years, Boston, they breathed and lived that racism. So you, Nez, being a African-American, being a black man that has been a fan of the Boston Celtics for all of these many years, can you I guess elaborate a little bit more on the racism that you've encountered or experienced in the city, or just as a fan and some of the things that you've heard other fans in Boston say? So what would you say to someone who knows nothing about the racist history of Boston?
Oh, I always tell, it's funny because I always meet people, so-called white people, and they always, like, oh, you from Boston? I'm like, yeah, like, oh, I love that place. And I'm like, yeah, you would. Like, you would.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you would.
We know why.
I mean? Yeah, we know why you would like it. You know what I mean? It's like, but I felt the holy. I'm sorry, man. That's my cat, man. This little nigga. Nigga, get out of here.
Time. You might as well put the cat on the camera with you.
You know what it is? You know what it is? It's funny because when I come home, he has a little workout regimen. You know what I'm saying? So I get that little, and then he's done. That's the workout regimen for him. So he's probably like, yo, what the fuck, I used to go to Red Sox games, and you know about the Red Sox, it was like Tom Yaki was the same way. He was like, yeah, they're gonna have no niggers on this team, but as soon as you got niggers on the team, you started winning pennants. You know what I mean? So that's why they got rid of Babe Ruth. See, there's this whole thing about Babe. That's what they called the curse of the Bambino. A lot of people said that Babe Ruth was a so-called black man. You know what I mean? Because you ain't really seen no color pictures of him, but if you see him, he kind of looked like a Jake. You know what I mean? He got a nose like us. He got lips like us. He kind of looked like us. But they were calling him a nigga when he was here too. So they got him out of here.
Wow.
You know what I mean? But yeah, I used to go to Red Sox games and get into fights with just people who were going to the game. You know what I mean? Every job I had was right. I mean, it's the same thing happened to me down here. That's just my lot. My lot is always killing racism, but it's okay though. You know what I mean? But yeah, Boston. Listen, I love that the Celtics won, but fuck that place. If Godzilla came through and ate Boston, I wouldn't give a shit. When Godzilla killed them all, and when Godzilla fucked up Boston and Godzilla King of Monsters, I was in the movie theater clapping because everybody's dead that I know there. You know what I'm saying? Everyone's gone. You know what I mean? I did call my brother, like, yo, you okay? Like, yeah, I'm fine. What's wrong? I was like, well, Godzilla just killed everybody in this motherfucker. You know what I mean? But yeah, fuck that place, man. It's a bad place. It's a bad omen. There's a lot of wickedness there. You got Salem up the road with the witch trials, right? So
Yeah.
Man, I was dating this one broad, man. She's like, oh, let's go to Salem for Halloween. I wasn't even thinking. I'm smoking a blunt, like, yeah, sure, why not? Man, we get up there, it ain't nothing but witches and warlocks and people looking at me crazy. It was just the most demonic thing.
I couldn't do it.
So, but the whole story of the Salem witches was that these little so-called white girls were being taught voodoo by what? Their Jamaican nanny. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, so you gotta remember too, like when you go through Faneuil Hall in Boston, it's still cobblestone. So you can, like, when you go to Boston downtown, you can feel that racism. I mean, how did Crispin Attucks, the only nigga that got killed in the Boston Tea Party, could you imagine how he felt? Yeah. His slave master's like, don't throw the tea in the water, nigga. And the other one's like, throw the tea in the water, nigga. And he's like, don't throw the tea in the water, nigga. Throw the tea in the water, nigga. He's like, what do I do? I'm like, oh, we'll take care of this for you. Bow. And then all of a sudden they just talk about, well, you know, since we killed the nigger, now we can have a conversation. That's the mentality there. You know what I'm saying? So I love the fact that my boys won. But as a whole, man, fuck Boston, man. Like, that place can go, man. Like, it's mad racist. It's mad racist. And you know, like I said, I mean, but even with what's his name, Auerbach, but you know, you gotta remember Bill Russell was a coach for the Celtics too. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's like Red kind of changed the game on that. So when Red came in, you know, he changed, he tried to turn things around a little bit. He tried to turn things around. But, you know what I mean?
But to your point, Bill Russell, who was the first black player to play for the Celtics and also coached, he was a player coach. He himself faced a lot of racism. I heard they vandalized his home. They used to call him all kind of things. He'd walk around town and they used to ridicule him and call him some of the worst names that you could ever imagine. And this is Bill Russell, the Celtics,
the greatest Celtic ever.
The greatest Celtic ever. So if they would do him like that, imagine what they were saying to Kyrie. Imagine what they say to any opposing player that comes into their house. And once that liquor gets in them, those beers get
going. They don't need the liquor. They don't need the liquor.
Exactly. They don't even need it.
So like they already saying that as soon as the game starts.
You got to understand something, man. Like, there's a perpetual hatred that they have towards us, which is biblical. So it's like that'll never change. So and then you're in Boston. You got to remember that was one of the 13 colonies. That's basically Britain. That's basically that's Great Britain, right? So then, I mean, so you know, that's this whole shitty accent is a derivative of Britain. You know, oh, my father, my mother, let's go to the car. Like, fuck you. And then it's like, but at the same time, it's like, I'm telling you, man, like when you go into Boston and you're in downtown and you walk across that cobblestone, it's something different. Like they got the freedom trail. Like, oh, let's show you where the slaves came through. Like, fuck you. Come on, give me $200. Let me show you where the slaves ran through. This is where Harriet Tubman's feet ran through. It's like, and then let me show you this white dude, this so-called white guy who he hid them, and then when the night. It's some bullshit story. And then when the cock crowed 3 times, they just shuffled the niggers out. Like, get out of here with that. You know what I mean? Like,
and I get it. Without me even being in Boston, I can feel the racism just through the TV when I watch Celtic games or when I watch the Patriots game. Like, I could just feel it. And so inherently, I just always disliked those franchises based on that. But
you couldn't pay me any amount of money to go to Boston.
And
don't ever.
No, I won't. I promise you that.
That's how a lot of us brothers feel.
I'll go to Alabama before I go to Boston.
And the reason
I went to college down there. Don't go down there either.
It's a good point. The reason why I wanted Nez to speak on that is because he's speaking from a firsthand experience. He's speaking from someone who's from there, who has lived there, who's experienced it firsthand, and he's a brother. So I wanted also to educate some of our younger viewers who don't know about the history of Boston, who don't know about the whole Bill Russell situation, who don't know about what the crowd and what the fan says, or just the city in general. So that's why I wanted you to touch on that, Nez, and I appreciate you for going into that and to educating our younger viewers on that as well. Now,
one more thing, brother. Now with the Kyrie thing, I get it, right? Like when Kyrie came to Boston, there was just this high hope. Like it was like the sky parted, and all of a sudden the rainbow came out, and it was like Kyrie's the missing link to the Celtics. We got a young Jaylen Brown and a young Tatum, and Kyrie's gonna be that leader, and whoop-de-whoop-whoop, right? And then all of a sudden it was like he like tore something in his knee, and then he was done. And then all of a sudden it was like, well, where's Kyrie? And it's like, oh, he's shooting a movie in LA. He's not playing, and his knee's messed up, but he's shooting Uncle Drew in LA or somewhere. So it was like, so that's one thing that ruffled a lot of Celtic fans' feathers, both people that look like us and people that look like them. So, but I mean, seeing people burn his jersey and shit like that, I mean, but that shit's ridiculous, man. You know what I mean? That shit's ridiculous.
Full blood clot fire with that one. I say, okay, you dislike the man, I understand, but now you burning jersey. Even when they was in Cleveland burning LeBron's jersey when he came to Miami, I was like, yo, if this ain't some KKK type of, you know, like they
can't help it. They can't help it. They can't help
it. They burned KD's jersey off a trade, and he ain't even, you know what I'm saying? They was burning his jersey too.
Yep, it don't matter. When Brady left Boston and went to Tampa, they was doing everything to his jersey too. There was a group of people like myself that was like, I was sad, but then I was like, you know what? He won't go down there and win a Super Bowl down there with them. But then there's other people that, like my homegirl, she's like, man, it's not Tom Brady. I was like, wait a minute, nigga, 6 Super Bowls. Calm down. Now he's going to stay in Boston. I was like, okay, there you go. You know what I mean? But then people were ripping up his jersey, shit.
Talk to Bill Belichick.
Don't get me started.
He pushed the nigga out the door straight up.
Yeah,
bro, you're gonna have me over here crying thinking about that shit.
We gonna get into that too when we run our football episode for training camp. We definitely gonna tap into the whole Belichick and Kraft and all of that. We're gonna talk about all of that in the AFC East, NFC East, the whole NFL picture. But so swinging this topic over now to something that just came across the airwaves, I believe today. Kelvo, your Los Angeles Lakers just made a hire. They just hired JJ Redick after striking out on Hurley. They tried to get Hurley. Hurley said no. He told them boys basically go yourself, and he went back to UConn to work on their three-peat. So now they hire and sign JJ Redick, he's been rumored for a long time to be, you know, having this job. He's cool with LeBron. You know, they do podcasts together, they chill together and all that. How do you feel about this move as a Laker fan, the signing of JJ Redick? I already see you shaking your head, so I don't think you're feeling it, but go ahead and tell Sports Time Zone in the world how you feel as a Laker fan about this JJ Redick hiring.
Man, it's not good, man. We look like the Dallas Cowboys of the NBA, bro. Don't know.
That's never good.
They don't know what they're doing over there, bro. They should have at least interviewed Monty Williams, man. You know, that's a respectable head coach with experience who's been to the finals. You got JJ Redick, who's LeBron's butt buddy. They run a podcast together, so that's got to be some type of conflict of interest. You can't be coaching this dude and having a podcast with him.
Right.
I don't know, bro. Yeah, they got a podcast
with them too.
They do. They have a podcast together.
Talking plays, sets, like all coach stuff, really, like for real. Basketball plays, like stuff they probably will use with the Lakers. Like guaranteed.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a shame, man. You know, it is what it is. You know, if the Lakers come up short, he's gonna be the first one to get the boot anyway, so it doesn't really matter. You know, but
they're gonna get on LeBron too, because LeBron approved this too, man.
Man, he approved that Russell Westbrook trade, and you see how that went.
LeBron signed off on everything that happens in the Lakers organization. LeBron signs off on that.
He needs to sign off on firing Rob Pelinka, bro. They need to get rid of Rob Pelinka, bro. They get rid of Rob Pelinka, you know, we might be on the up and up. But honestly, man, I don't really care, bro. I think they're just making my team look like a joke now. So, I mean, I think JJ Redick's got – it just reminds me of when Steve Nash tried to coach the Nets, bro.
God.
It's like, bro.
Train wreck.
You should be an assistant coach first before you just jump into trying to handle a star power team. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it's gonna work, bro. Honestly, I don't think it's gonna work, bro.
The Lakers deserve better. The Lakers deserve better. The fans deserve better. They deserve better. They do. Jeannie Buss got I don't know what she's thinking about over there. They deserve better.
One of the most prestigious jobs.
JJ Redick. The dude had one good game. The dude had one good game against Jordan, and everyone's like, "Oh, this guy knows what he's talking about. He just outscored Jordan." Give me a break. How many? And then what? That year they won the title. Like, I'm sick of these white boys, man. You just.
One of the most prestigious jobs in the NBA, and it was just given to JJ Redick, a person with no coaching experience at all. TZ Dave, how do you see this move for the Lakers?
Man, I ain't think this was right either. Like, I knew it was coming, like 100%. Like, especially after they couldn't get Hurley. I said they're gonna get JJ Redick, and it came this week said Lakers are looking into JJ Redick again. I'm like, yeah, he's gonna get the job. JJ, he knows the game, but I feel like it's just different as being the coach. Like, it's other ways you gotta handle stuff in the players, and it takes a toll on your thinking. Like, you might think you knowing everything, especially because JJ got a lot to see. Like, when he was announcing, like, so like he kind of gained some knowledge a little bit for real just by watching and see how teams play. But
it's easy to commentate on the game, but when you got to start game planning and you got to make mid-game adjustments, and then you gotta monitor players' minutes. You know what I'm saying? You got to deal with attitudes. It's easy to be on the sideline saying, "Yeah, this is what they got to do," but you're not the one drawing up. You're not the one making adjustments. You're not the one making schedules. You know what I'm saying?
Call them timeouts at the right time. You know when to challenge a play and when not to challenge. Your teammates are saying, "Challenge it, challenge it." You got to know.
There's no pressure. No. There's no pressure commentating. You know what I'm saying?
Sure, I agree.
When you the coach, you got all that pressure. Now call them shots. Now call them timeouts and win. Watch, they let them boys lose like 7-8 games in a row. They're gonna be like, man, we might have to boot this dude. Straight up.
You might be right.
Give me your number. Give me your number, Cal, because I'm gonna be texting you. Give me your number. I'm gonna be like, what the hell's going on? I'm telling you, I am a quiet, like I said, a Lake Show fan because you all deserve better. It was the beginning wars with the Lakers and the Celtics. You got to give it up. You got to give it up. Kobe, Shaq, you got Robert Orr, you got Eddie Jones, my man Van Exel. You got to give it up, man. They deserve better.
So, Dave, do you think the Lakers will make it to the All-Star break before you put JJ on your Deuces coach segment?
Yeah, they're going to give him some time. So he can still be a coach by All-Star. I don't think they go Adrian Griffin him.
Nah. If he's as close with LeBron as it looks, he'll get at least 2 years.
He as long as LeBron is there, he's safe. Basically, is what you're saying. As long as LeBron is good. Go ahead, Dave.
I would say even if you think this year not successful, like they'll give him another year still. Like first, they make the playoffs and go first round exit. You think they'll still bring him back?
Man, I don't know, bro.
LeBron
it depends on who we lose to. It depends on who we lose to. If we lose to the Nuggets again, they'll let them run it back. But I think if we would have never got the Nuggets first round, we would have at least made it to the Western Conference Finals, or at least, semifinals on the Western side. It just depends on who we lose to. It depends on who they put around the team, dude. Like I said, man, you got to get rid of D'Lo. You got to figure out a way to get a third scorer, somebody who's a legit player. Just have to go from there.
Yeah, you got a long.
Get Klay Thompson. He's gonna be free.
Man, We'll take Clay, but we need more than just Clay. Clay been on the down. He's been on the he's been on the decline. Them ACLs did
I
Clay
still believe
bad,
you,
man.
Clay. I still believe you, Clay Money. Let's
Dave
do it,
don't want to give up on Clay, y'all. Dave, he gonna ride Clay Paws. He gonna all the way until the wheels fall off.
I'm still ride with you.
Dave, you gotta keep it real, man. You gotta let go of the past, man. We focused on the now.
Clay still can do it, man. I ain't gonna lie.
How many points did Clay finish with on that last game he played in?
Like 8 points, bro. He didn't even score or something like that, bro.
Well, go ahead, Dave. We'll finish explaining why you feel like Clay still got
just like Kelbo said, it's a whole new year. It's a whole new year to turn it around. Whether he stays or not. I hope he stays, but
definitely. We'll see
he's gonna be one of them boys if we go to the finals. Like, dang, I should have stayed. And then I'd be looking dumb in their face because you left.
I think Clay could still help a lot of teams. I mean, it just depends on what his role is, on what team. That guy, I don't think he's that guy, but he could definitely be a veteran leader on a team full of young players that's up and coming, a la Orlando Magic, or a team like that all they're missing is like veteran leadership or somebody who can.
We'll take him on the Lakers, man, but he's gonna have to be like a fourth option, bro. I can't be relying too much on Clay.
And I think he's good. I think he's good with that at this point in time in his career. So we'll see. We just got to stay tuned for that. But this is the time of the show where, man, we're almost at the end. We're almost basically down to the end. This is the last 2 minutes of the show. So we're going to throw a couple of topics out there. I still got the history moment for y'all too. We still going to get there, but I want to put this 2-minute drill in here real quick and throw a couple of these topics at everybody. So I'll throw them out there and everybody just chime in and give me your take on it. First of all, Monty Williams got fired by the Detroit Pistons. The new president of basketball operations, Trajan Langdon, he come in there cleaning house. He ain't playing. First thing he do is fire his $200 million coach, Monty Williams. So that Monty's out of there in Detroit. What do y'all think is next for Monty? Where do y'all see Monty Williams? What would be a good fit for him? What team y'all see possibly him going to? Or do you think he just need to chill for a minute and get his mind right? I'll start with Nez. Give me your breakdown on what you think about Monty getting let go of the Detroit Pistons, if you have any thoughts on it at all.
What was the Pistons record this year?
Probably like 10-72 or something, bro.
Yeah,
they won like 15 games, bro. They went on like a 30-game losing streak.
Yeah,
that's
it
right.
was really bad. It was real bad.
Detroit ain't get to double digits. Just know that.
Okay, so listen, I'm not for people getting fired because I've been fired from jobs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we don't. Yeah,
but I mean,
that's a good firing.
The Pistons were 14,
legitimate, right?
14-68. 14-68.
That's how it should be if I was coaching the team. You know what I mean? Like if I was coaching, they're like, okay, we won 14 games. Hey, good job, man. Listen, we're gonna pay you for the next 3 years, but get your ass out of here. Oh, I'm fired. No. I can still keep my seats at the box. You want me back? Okay, I'm like, you know what I mean? I don't know. Firing's a hard thing, man. I mean, that's a tough record. That's a tough. You going to sleep at night?
Yeah,
I mean, you 10-50. You can't sleep well? You know what I mean? Like, you ain't having. You ain't just. It ain't all cozy. You just. You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know, man. Hopefully he gets a job. He black, right? Monty Williams, that's a black man. Yeah, I said, don't get no blacker than that. Monty Williams.
Hopefully he does get another opportunity, but we'll see what happens. I don't wish firing on nobody, but we did predict that he was on a hot seat. My man TZ Dave, about what
he was on the list.
He had a list. Dave had a list of coaches.
He was on the list. So
and Monty was on that list. So shout out to TZ Dave. I don't know what it is about Dave.
I said he might still have a job. So like, I feel right.
Dave be calling it, man. When Dave say a coach might be fired, that coach gets fired for so like he has an eye for that kind of stuff. He sees that. But Kelvo, y'all had an opportunity to sign Monty Williams to the Lakers. I actually said on a show last week, I was like, yo, if Detroit lets go of Monty, the Lakers should holler at him or whatever. But what do you think of Monty firing? Like, do you feel like he will get another opportunity, or think he needs to sit down for a minute, just take a year off, or like, what do you see for Monty?
Man, it just depends. You know, I think he definitely should have been the Lakers coach, but as we can see, you know, Redick was penciled in from the jump. But if I was Monty, I would fall back for a second. I'd be like, look, Doc might be getting fired pretty soon.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, sir. No, sir. Sorry.
Nah,
he might. Yeah, he might.
Bro, Doc is not a good coach, bro.
He don't even look like he want to be there. He don't even want to be coaching, right?
Doc is not a good coach, bro. I just gotta say it. But like he could try Cleveland, but I would be like, look, man, just chill for a year. You know what I'm saying? Depending on how this Lakers situation comes, you might be able to shake back and get that.
True.
You know, best case scenario, you know, he could try to get Cleveland this year because I know they need a coach, but I don't think going to Cleveland is there's no real success in going to Cleveland. I don't see that squad actually really having a real shot. He needs to go somewhere where he can really win. You know what I'm saying? So I would wait for Doc to fail, or I would wait for JJ Redick to fail, and just relax, man. You get $65 million to hang out, bro. Go chill. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's still getting that contract. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, just chill, bro. Take a year off. Shit, take 2 off. But, you know, just
he got the bread to sit on. So
that's what I'm saying. Keep your ear to the ground, bro, and just wait for that right spot. Don't just try to jump into something that's not going to really, you know what I'm saying, be lucrative for you.
Good point. I'm with you on that, Kelvo. I'm 100% with you. TZ Dave, you called it. You called this Monty possibly be out of there. Now that he is out of there, what advice would you give Monty right now if he was sitting in front of you? Would you tell him to, go for one of these jobs that might be opening up now? Would you tell him to chill for a minute? Or what do you think is next for Monty Williams?
I think maybe he could coach maybe in the next year or so, but I feel like he probably done going into the next year. Because I feel like even though teams need coaches, there's other coaches out there that just got fired that they'll probably put in line before him because, they didn't have the time off. So yeah, he might wait for a little while.
I mean, he did go to the finals though, bro. So it's not like he's a trash head coach, man. You know what I'm saying? Like he's well respected in the league, so he should.
Oh, definitely. I mean, like I said, he comes with a hefty price tag too. I mean, he got the highest salary for any NBA coach in the history of basketball. So I mean, there's got to be something to it, for him to get that kind of money and to have that kind of cachet attached to his name. So, Monty, we wish the best to you, brother. You watching, or anybody who know Monty is watching, y'all pass this video on to Monty. Tell him we here for him. We never want to see it's Juneteenth month, so we don't never like to see a brother get fired and get tossed, especially got fired by another brother, because Trajan is mixed, so he half brother, 50, 50, but light skin. We still Trajan, you still cool with me though. I remember Trajan Langdon from Anchorage, Alaska, one of the greatest shooters in Alaska history, and then he went to Duke and he was one of the greatest shooters there. Now he is the president of basketball operations in Detroit, and he just fired Monty Williams. So Monty, much love to you on that.
I gotta put the deuces up for Monty. I ain't even get a chance. You know what I'm saying? It's official now.
It's official. Deuces, coach. Deuces. Y'all make sure y'all tune in. TZ has a segment called Deuces Coach that we do midway through the season where he assesses all of the coaches in the league and he says deuces to the coaches he think is going to be.
I've been right on 3 coaches. Darvin Ham.
He's 3 for 3.
Williams and Vogel.
He's 3 for 3 on his deuces coach. So shout out to TZ Dave for always knowing when a coach is about to get fired. All right, now
shout out to Mike Brown because Mike Brown's on my list, but he just got re-signed. So
Mike Brown, he avoided the TZ jinx. He avoided the TZ jinx. Shout out to Mike Brown, and he's a brother. And this is Juneteenth week, so salute to the brother. Big things are going. Big things are going, Mike Brown, my brethren. You don't know it. Now, my favorite part of the show. This is my favorite part of the show. Heat Nation stand up. I normally, I show love to everybody's squad because this is the sports time zone. And I know I'm a Heat fan, but I show love to everybody. My man Nez is in here representing the world champion Boston Celtics. We got 17-time champion LA Laker fan Kelvo in the building. And then we got my man TZ Dave, who is a fan of, was it the 2021 champions? Milwaukee Bucks. But on this day,
and 2015, 17, 18, and 22 for the Warriors. You know what I'm saying?
Salute to the Warriors too. He's a Warrior fan. But on this day, on this very day, June 20th, this is the 20th, right? Yep. June 20th. On this day, June 20th of 2013. What happened on June 20th, 2013? You might add, my Miami Heat, led by LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh, won our second straight and our third overall NBA championship, taking a 4-3 series win over the San Antonio Spurs, winning that game 95-88. LeBron James was named the Finals MVP for the second straight year. It was also the third straight Finals appearance for my Heat, and the big three of LeBron, D Wade, and Bosh. Those were some good times. Those were great. Like before the game used to start, LeBron and D Wade used to have dunk contests in the layup line. They turned the layup line into a dunk off, and it was a treat for all of us Heat fans. I would tune in early just to watch the dunk off before the game. LeBron is throwing alleys to D Wade from half court. He catching it, shakat, and then D Wade coming back behind the back off the glass. LeBron, shakata, and then it was just madness. I'm still upset that LeBron ain't never get in the dunk contest. D Wade, you could have gotten it too, but it's all good because y'all gave us a couple of championships. And on this very day in 2013, they beat the Spurs in Game 7 to win that championship. So salute to my Miami Heat. Heat Nation, I told y'all I had y'all. I know, why you never talk about the Heat? Are you always talking about? Well, here y'all go. Shout out to us, Heat Nation, on this day in 2013. So excellent memory. Also, excellent show, fellas, man. It's hard to believe the basketball season is over already, man. Basketball season is over. So
I can't believe it.
We ask yourselves, what are we going to do for a whole summer? I tell y'all what y'all going to do. Y'all going to continue to tune in to the Sports Time Zone. You're going to make sure you go to that IG page. Tell them, TZ, what's that IG page?
That Sports Time _zone IG page.
Sports Time _ zone.
Followers up.
Make sure y'all tap in. Make sure you follow the page. Make sure you like, share, subscribe all of the videos. We're going to keep this thing going all summer long. We're going to have a special segment called Closing Moments, where we're going to break down the last 5 minutes of some of the best games that y'all have ever seen in your life.
Yeah, so send some of y'all games y'all remember, so we can break it down for y'all.
That's right. I
remember because some of y'all seen, I probably watched them live.
Some of them you have, some of them you probably haven't seen because you wasn't even born yet, TZ. It's some games like Reggie Miller in Madison Square Garden that we're going to run for all of the youngsters who've never seen this, who've never seen Jordan drop 63 on your Celtics, Nez, or
still lost.
They still which they did still lose. Yes, they did. Or
still lost. He's out there trying to.
Or Shaq and Kobe's first championship that they won together, like their first championship when Kobe threw that alley to Shaq and Shaq and then he pointed up at the sky like, oh, I can't believe it, we won this champion. Like he knew it. The moments were electric. Michael Jordan crossing over on Byron Russell and sticking it for his sixth championship. Was it number 6 championship? So many great historic moments. Super Bowl when the New York Giants, Eli Manning drops back and he hits David Tyree in the helmet, and the helmet sticks to his head and he falls down and ends up driving the ball down on your Patriots, Nez, and end up winning the Super Bowl. So many historic moments that we're going to look at and we're going to break down. So if y'all at home watching, put in the comments, what are some of the games, some of the most memorable games that y'all want yours truly and TZD, and we're going to bring Nez back for a lot of these games too. We're going to bring Kelvo back too so we can sit down here and analyze these last 5 minutes. So make sure y'all drop it.
We will have open thoughts on our page so you can go and comment what games you feel we should react to.
Definitely. Give us some ideas. We for the people. We doing this for the people. So whatever the people say, that's what we going to do. So that's why we're here. This been a great season, fellas. This been an excellent season all around. We got the Olympics coming. We got WNBA action still to cover. A lot of UFC action. But salute to you guys for being a part of this, man. Kelvo, I appreciate you. My man Nez, I appreciate you. TZ, you the best co-host a brother could have. So I definitely appreciate you too. Any last words that you guys want to get off for our final episode of the basketball season? I'll start with you, Kelvo, and then we work our way around. Just give us some final shout out words and then we out of here.
Man, just shout out to brother Noomsy and Dave. Shout out to Nez, man. Y'all appreciate y'all boys letting me get on the platform. You know what I'm saying? And let's get this thing going.
Of course, most def. Nez, take us out of here.
Man, shout out to my boy Lamar, man. You know what I mean? If it wasn't for Lamar, I wouldn't.
LP, I see you, boy.
Yeah, I wouldn't even be here, you know. So, and I know he probably threw up in his mouth when you said Reggie Miller killing him in the garden.
Oh, we having him on. He's gonna be on for that episode. We're gonna make sure he sits here and relives that moment. We're gonna make him sit here and commentate that moment with us. So yeah, LP, we ain't in the clear yet.
Yeah, man. I really appreciate it. TZ Davis, finally good to meet you, man. You know what I'm saying? How old are you, bro?
I'm 24.
How old are you, bro? Damn. I can see you got the light in your eyes. You're 24-year-old. You got the light. See, I'm in my 40s. All you see is clouds and shit in my eyes. You know what I mean? That ain't for me drinking whiskey either. I'm in my 40s. I'm like, this world sucks. And you're like, I'm 24. Like, how much shit I can do? And I'm like, yeah. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, I appreciate y'all. Brother Noopsy, I appreciate y'all, man, for real. This has really been fun for me. Let me come up here and talk my shit. So I really appreciate y'all, brother. And Kel, we got to exchange math, man. You know, since we both in the city, I don't know nobody. I don't hang out with these motherfuckers. So you know,
I'm gonna make sure
we can talk sports, talk shit.
Yeah, I'll get you.
That's cool.
Yeah, I'll make sure I connect. Yeah. I'm gonna connect you too, since y'all are in the same town, rival fans, but in the same town. I always like to put like-minded brothers together. So yeah, we definitely got you on that. TZ Dave, you are speaking for the younger generation, so I'm gonna let you close us out and take us out of here, TZ.
Yeah, what up, dog, gang? 2000 gang, we ain't here, man. You know what I'm saying? We doing it all, but no, I appreciate y'all boys, Nez, Kelvo coming through. Now that the season over, I wish everybody in the basketball world, every NBA team, I wish y'all luck. I wish everybody stay healthy, get in the lab this year, work on y'all game, work on y'all craft, because this is about to be a crazy year coming up in October. And shout out to my baby, Kaylin Curry Clark, because you know what I'm saying, they've been winning. They're going to make the playoffs.
CC, y'all know what it is. This is the sports. This is the Sports Time Zone. Once again, yours truly, brother Noomsi, my man Nez. Congratulations, 2023 NBA champion Boston Celtics. My man Kelvo in the building. Salute to Laker Nation, Heat Nation, Bucks Nation.
Enjoy that parade, man. Enjoy that parade.
Enjoy the parade. Y'all stay tuned.
I'm going to be watching on my phone. Glad I'm not there. You know what I'm saying?
Stay away from the madness. Y'all make sure y'all hit up that IG page, SportsTime_Zone, so we can definitely keep y'all updated with the latest on what we doing and catch y'all on the flip side. Noomsi out.
All right, man.
Peace.
Peace.